Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for chapter 22 of Eden Zero. When we last left off, Shiki, Homura, and Wise had ended up at Rogue Out's hideout, where Sister appeared before them as the leader of Rogue Out, and Shiki and Homura, especially Homura, laid waste to all the Rogue Out soldiers, as Shiki followed Sister who is going to meet with Ileega about some shipping issues, let's say. And yeah, that's kind of where we leave off with chapter 22. We open with Homura gazing on her destruction, the destruction she has wrought, as all of the Rogue Out soldiers are just lying crumpled up in various states of injury all across the cathedral. Is that the best you can do, mercenaries? My blade is not yet sated. And Wise is peeking through the entrance. Wow, what is she? Please tell me she's not a psycho. Chapter 22, The Great Naked Escape. Alright, so y'all know my general worries with this arc, and that chapter title does not really sate them. But hopefully Mashima will surprise me. So let's go on. Meanwhile, I think this is Ileega's tower. The three Rogue Out members who have names are outside. Being one girl short doesn't mean you get to be stingy now. We deliver the goods, so pay up. And Ileega's henchmen are blocking their way. Master Ileega makes it a policy to never reward shoddy work. At least pay us for the 29 we did deliver. Come on, you don't want to make Sister mad. I'm terribly sorry, but Master Ileega has made his decision. This is getting us nowhere. I want to talk to Ileega. Master Ileega is currently enjoying his new purchase. Hey, he's got no right to touch the goods. And Sister comes down in her, little craft we saw from last week. Enough. Lands, and Sister walks out. Sister. Moskoy. I don't know. Is Moskoy? What is Moskoy? Doesn't seem like a weird... we know, Square Sumo guy has some weird accent, but I don't quite see how Sister gets translated into Moskoy. That doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, she walks out of the craft. I will settle this with Ileega personally. And Shiki and Kino are spying on them from, I think that's the top of the craft, I want to say. And Jean does not seem to be looking at them. I think he's looking after Sister. It's him. Never mind that, Master. Let's look for Miss Rebecca. I suspect that we'll find her inside that building. Yeah, I swear I'm gonna bring her back. And now Jean's noticed them. We see him, has a moment of realization, and he looks up where they were, but they're gone. So he does not know they're there yet. But he knows something's up. Sister turns to Square Sumo guy, whose name is Moscow. I guess that's where the Moskoy came from? I'm not quite sure why exactly it ended up like that. Why? I don't know. I don't get what's going on with them. Anyway, Moscow, you return to headquarters. Moss? The rest of you stand by here. You should find some human bodies littering the ground at HQ. Make preparations to remodel them. Does she think it's gonna be Homura and Shiki's bodies, or does she know that Homura whooped her soldiers' asses? I don't know. Yes, big boss. And he walks away and starts doing some weird things with his hands. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, he's flying away! He's flying away with the power of moving his hands back and forth. And the soldiers are similarly confused. What kind of physics makes him fly? No idea. And Sister turns to them. Now then, you will take me to Ileega. Meanwhile, with the B-Cubers, they're wrapped up in the foam of nudity, all very upset, rationally. And Rebecca is less sad than the rest of them and looks more ticked off. And Angry Tattoo Girl from the past couple chapters talks to her. You know, on my channel, I'm always charging into dangerous territory, trying to hold my viewers in suspense. I know. I watch Toko channel all the time. And Tok is it either means this or it is the Japanese title of Suicide Squad, the movie. I don't know. I watch Toko channel all the time. When you went to that shop with the virus, that was intense. I thought you'd really been infected. It was all scripted. Oh, she's a faker. It's all fake! I've never been anywhere really dangerous in my life. We're all acting. Every one of my videos, including me. And the other beekeepers all hear her. What? I had no idea. Wow, I thought it was real. Why would you ever think that? I don't want to die. I'm scared. I'm really scared. I don't want to die. And Rebecca comforts her. I promise you will get out of here. We just have to work together. And one of the girls looks down at like the bubbles in her hands. You know, I've been wondering, what do you think these bubbles are? They melted our clothes and even our metal accessories, but they don't affect our skin or anything at all. Good point. And one of the beekeepers tries to eat it. It has no flavor. She ate it. That's couchpo for you. And Rebecca starts to like feel up the walls to like see what's going on there. The walls and floors are fine. These bubbles are strange. And Rebecca turns out to the rest of the beekeepers. Was anybody wearing any glass accessories? Now that you mention it, my pendant was made of glass. My glasses melted too. I knew it. You don't think this foam would melt that window, do you? Oh, I mentioned in a couple videos past that I was worried that it would just be like Shiki coming in to save the day. But no, Rebecca has her own strategy. And hopefully it will not just be like they get captured again for Shiki to save them later. Like Alfheim and SAO. Anyway. What idiot would use meltable glass for this? Maybe that's why it's so high up, to make sure the foam doesn't get it. But one of the beekeepers notices a problem. But how would we get all the way up there? And Rebecca's like, I got nothing. But the one whose glasses melted with a pyramid. A pyramid? There are 29 of us in all. If we formed a pyramid like so, then I calculate we should reach that window. Oh! And everyone immediately sets about trying it. It's pretty tough being on the bottom. I bet we get a lot of views if someone saw us like this from behind. No, I would die. Another one, hurry it up. I'm sorry, I know I'm the lightest, I'm afraid of heights. Rebecca, it's all you. And Rebecca is actually the one at the very top, scrubbing away at the windows with the foam. Almost there. Ugh. And the pyramid all collapses. They can't hold the weight. But Rebecca is still holding on like the ledge by the window. Is everybody okay? We're fine. What about you? Looks like I have a hole. Oh, hey, it works. Okay. And everyone is happy that it's worked. And Rebecca climbs in through the hole. We're counting on you, Rebecca. You can do it, Becky. And Rebecca glances around in the room she's in. It's an empty room. Got like beer bottles on a dresser. Yada yada. This is just a guess, but it's possible there are soldiers behind the door. I guess she's related what she's seeing to them? I don't know. It may even be locked. Some food, please. And Rebecca gets like a curtain or a rug or something to drape around herself so we don't have to deal with nude Rebecca for the rest of the arc. Maybe there's something like an air vent? You get to another room from there. Okay, those two look like Mira Jane and Lisana. I don't know if anyone noticed that. I don't know what page number this is because I'm on Imgur and it doesn't have page numbers on here. But anyway, and get us food. And Rebecca notices the air vent. Found it. And she removes the little like entrance thing and pops up. It's cramped in here, but I can just barely squeeze through. Please get us some clothes. I can't go outside looking like this. And don't forget the food. All right, I feel like having the one fat beekeeper just constantly bring up food, have nothing really else to her character, isn't exactly a great look, Mashima. But you know what? There are whatever. I'll ignore it for now. We'll want a map of the building too, right after we get food. It might be Couchpo's curse, but I found the pantry first. Oh boy. And she notices a tentacle around her ankle. I swear to God, it's gonna be Alfheim all over again. Unless the ether she activated when she was in the bath on the Eden Zero. Oh, calling that one now. She's gonna get some ether powers here. But whatever the tentacle thing is, slams her through the air vent into the pantry. And yep, there's Ileega with a giant key around his neck. That's gonna be important, I imagine. And Rebecca gets a look at him and then starts freaking out. And Ileega looks at her. You, how did you get out? That's so strange. But Now I'm kind of annoyed at you, so you won't be furniture. You'll be my toy instead. Why are you doing all this? Why? Because I have money, obviously. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. You can do anything with money. Everyone does whatever I say. It takes more than money to touch people's hearts. Come on, who needs to touch hearts? No one ever disobeys me. You know, I feel sorry for you. But Ileega does not care about all that. And I'm totally having fun. I feel more sorry for people with no money. They're only good for turning into furniture and holding up my butt. And his, like, tentacle thing keeps sliming up, Rebecca's, like, ankle. I think up to her kneecap, actually. Huh? My body, it's going numb. Ah! But not you. You're going to be my toy. And I'll play and play and play with you until you break. We see a crack in the ground, and it's Shiki. Shiki delivers him a kick up his face. Kawoom! Shiki! And Ileega, like, goes flying, and Shiki just looks at him angrily. And to be continued. That's where we leave off. Alright. So, this was a chapter. Okay. So it looks like we got kind of both. Both outcomes I mentioned couple videos back. With like both Rebecca getting out on her own and still Shiki coming to save her. So it's I was hoping a little bit of ether we saw from Rebecca back on the Eden Zero would come into play here, and she'd like actually beat Ileega on her own almost. Or maybe not entirely on her own because she's entirely untrained. But honestly, Ileega doesn't come across as particularly strong. You know, he's just a rich asshole. So maybe that one kick took him out and we can move on from Ileega. I'd be more than happy if Ileega's gone for good and we can focus on the far more interesting members of Rogue Out. Or at least Jean and his sister, who were interesting. Gandalf and Moscow, I don't really care about at all. But yeah, Shiki's here, he's pissed, he's here to rescue Rebecca. Ileega is still as creepy as ever. Though I will admit, for a chapter that Rebecca spends either, you know, nude or in a towel, given Mashima's track record, I expect her to be, like, more sexualized in this, and she's actually not that much. So that's, you know, it's not wonderful, it's not great, but it could be Fairy Tale 355, and I don't think it's not that. It's not that. I don't know. I'm just very excited for Ileega to be over and done with. Rogue Out, I feel like I don't know if there would be a conflict with Rogue Out if Ileega's done with. But they are much more interesting characters than Ileega. So I'm looking forward to Ileega being done. But yeah, good on Rebecca for taking initiative. I giving credit where credit is due. Rebecca did take a lot of initiative this week. And I'm very happy she did not just, like, sit around waiting for Shiki to come rescue her. Even if Shiki, in the end, did come rescue her, she did still take plenty of initiative and remind us that Rebecca is a very fun character, very, like, enjoyably written character. But yeah, Shiki's here to save the day. Again, I really wish Rebecca would actually, like, use we saw she had ether potential, and I really want to see that be actualized. And this would have been a great time for it, given that she is, you know, happyless and was Shiki-less. It would have been a great time for Rebecca to, like, hold her own with her own, like, latent ether powers. And I'm not gonna deny it. I'm disappointed that we're not gonna get that this arc. It seems like maybe it'll surprise us. But yeah, looks like Ileega. If Ileega was not done in one hit, which I totally see happening, given that he's, you know, just a rich guy and not really shown as being particularly strong at all, I wouldn't mind, both because I don't like Ileega and because it doesn't not make sense. I wouldn't mind Ileega being out here. That would not bother me in the slightest. So yeah, that's really all I have to say for this week's chapter, so I'm going to leave it off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or do whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. And as always, people, keep kicking ass, and I'll see you in the future. Bye!